If you want to know where home improvement is headed, you start here. The National Hardware Show Concept to Commerce brings the entire industry together to uncover new products, build partnerships, and push innovation forward. And today, we're showing you 35 show-stopping innovations we found on the floor. Starting off strong, Pivot All, a smarter way to move heavy materials without the strain.
You don't have to shrug your shoulders and change positions. You always remain in control. It's also safer, protects your knuckles, and it protects your back and your neck. If you go ahead and dump it, you'll see you won't use your upper shoulders and your neck anymore. You'll just be using your biceps. This is a mechanical mixer. Nothing's battery operated. Everything's mechanical. You can cheat.
I'm okay with smarter, not harder. This is a beast when you have that full. So yeah, you need to have as much strength and control as you can.
This is our mechanical push broom again. Everything's mechanical, no batteries.
Oh, we can't hook up a drill to this one?
There's no drill to this one. So no different than a push broom. You're still walking behind it, but you're not doing this motion the whole way.
Next up, bags and seals, an improved trash system that stores, dispenses, and seals bags in one motion.
This is our 8.75 gallon trash can. When you flip it over, you have a separate compartment for the bags and separate for the trash. If you spill anything in there, sticky coffee, the bags don't get dirty. The bags are anti-static, so that means you don't have to really play with them to get them open. Fit perfectly around the can, so there's no need for any knots. We're gonna throw some water in, I guess. And once your bag is full, you're going to take the ends, give it a twist, no more knots, no drawstrings, slide it through,
And it's all taped up, and you're sealed.
Taped up. Next bag comes right out.
Look at that.
So no need to go look for the next bag. It's already in your can, and it is fully mechanical.
So it comes in a roll like that. As you can see, they've been using a lot of bags. So you're really not giving away a whole lot of space with that little box in here. You can see the box right there.
Magic Crack Filler, a pour-and-go solution that fills cracks without mixing mess or tools.
Magic Crack Filler is a concrete crack filler. You clean out your crack, then you're gonna pour it in there just like that. You wanna make sure it gets all the way down to the bottom of the crack. Most epoxy, most stuff does not get down to the bottom of the crack. And as we know, every time it rains and water gets down there, it makes the crack bigger. Then look at that, crack's gone. Last step, you're gonna take a water bottle, spray some water, done data. So asphalt version, that we've done entire parking lots, school districts, hard as a rock within 3 to 4 hours, lasts 4 to 5 years.
Well, as I like to say, it doesn't have to last a lifetime, it just has to last my lifetime. So there we go.
There we go.
All right,
that's
buddy.
good. All right, thank you.
You bet.
Roto Shovel, a handheld shovel with a built-in auger that turns digging into a powered task.
The Roto shovel is an automatic handheld shovel with an auger. The shovel keeps it in place while you dig into the ground. So the soil goes out in front of you. It keeps the hole very clean. And you can dig up to a 3-inch diameter and up to 9 inches deep. It's got a low speed, high torque, 300 RPM mode. And it has a high speed, high torque. So if you want to put a 5-gallon bucket in or a little tree, and you want to remount the hole, you're not digging with a shovel and scooping. This thing will till the dirt. It's kind of like carving a turkey, but in the garden.
And I see the measurements on the inside there, so you know what depth you're hitting.
If you have an auger and a drill, you're gonna burn up your good drill, and it could twist your wrists and really hurt your bones. So this thing won't hurt your bone because it holds you into the soil and it won't twist your wrists.
Great.
And that's the benefit of the Roto shovel.
All right, well, Rick,
Mammotion, a new approach to outdoor maintenance, fully autonomous, no wires required. Luba manages the lawn with precision and zero input. Spino takes over the pool, cleaning it from floor to wall on its own.
I'm walking by and I'm seeing these little robots that cut the grass, and I'm imagining to myself waking up on a Saturday or a Sunday morning to a freshly cut lawn that I didn't have to pay my lawn guy to do, and just walking out and just seeing my little robot cutting my grass, grooming it, keeping it nice and tight.
What we do is work with our automated robots for the lawn maintenance as well as pool cleaning. We do have a handful of models. Our newest model, we have a tri-fusion system, AI vision cameras. We're using Net RTK, which is our iNavi system. Typically, GPS will get you within 3 to 5 meters of accuracy. RTK corrects that down to the centimeter.
GoodBulb, engineered for better quality and reliability, not just brightness.
We are at the Inventors Pavilion, and you are with GoodBulb.
I have not invented a light bulb, but what I have done is I have invented a new way to manufacture LED light bulbs. What makes GoodBulb special is that we focus on quality drivers, quality components. The company was founded for a purpose. Part of every sale is used to provide solar lanterns to families who live without electricity.
Now, one could argue that making a really good light bulb is just a bad business model.
Light bulbs have been manufactured to fail. We are actually making a light bulb to last. There will always be sockets to fill. There's always buildings going up. I never have to worry about making a crap product so people have to buy it again.
There you go.
TruFit. Finally, a tool belt that fits the way it should, tight when you need it, comfortable all day.
Put it in. Give myself a little ratchet.
We invented a ratcheting buckle, 1/4-inch increments, so a more precise fit.
And it's exactly that. It's a ratcheting
You can
belt.
ratchet on nice and snug, it's not
Okay.
falling off. It's also got a quick release. I've been wearing a tool belt since I was 14. When you start packing all the weight in your tool belt, all your tools, fasteners, all that stuff, a lot of weight, up to like 35, 40 pounds sometimes. So it drags your bags down off your hips. They're constantly sliding down. You're always readjusting them. So we invented a ratcheting buckle.
SteadyFlo turns a messy caulking into a clean, controlled finish.
When you apply pressure to the caulking gun and you get that nice even bead coming out, and sooner or later you got to recock.
Yep.
And when you recock, of course, you're taking pressure off the interior of the tube, and that gives you a gap in the tube. It's
This is pretty much every one of my caulking jobs.
You take a standard caulking tube, goes in the back, goes into the gun, and then you're ready to go.
And it's like some kind of a spring action happening here to where...
That is correct.
Shu Bug blends skincare and bug protection into one clean formula.
There's all kinds of different insect repellents out there on the market. What's different about y'all's bug spray?
Pretty much all the naturals on the market use a soybean oil base. We made something clean. We use coconut oil in ours and water. Coconut oil is going to be your surface barrier, and geraniol is the scent barrier. You can see how light it is. It's moisturizing as well without coconut oil in it.
All right.
It makes us the longest lasting natural on the market at 12 hours. Second best on the market being 8 hours.
Spray a little bit on me?
Yeah, I got you.
It smells a little bit like a not too offensive lemon pledge.
For sure, yeah. It's moisturizing as well without coconut oil in it.
All right.
Gravity hooks, a self-tightening system that grips tighter as you load it.
These here are gravity hooks. When you own a big warehouse or store or just anywhere that you would have products stacked in shelving similar to this, when you look at these bins down here, we're only using half the space.
So you're basically connected it underneath and it creates storage. You have all this dead space up here to be able to put some racks up there. That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
GenShed, a patio umbrella that moves with you, combining shade, mobility, and a side table in one system.
The sun moves, so your shade moves. This umbrella will move with you. So it's a 3-in-1 function. Umbrella for the shade, umbrella side table for the convenience to carry the stuff you need, and then a mobile base allow you to move anywhere you want, anytime you want, what position you need.
Fence Pal Post Extractor. This pulls entire fence posts and concrete out of the ground.
This will pull fence posts out of the ground, any kind of fence post, any size fence post.
Now I've seen the method where you have the stump and you have the tire and you have the chain and the winch.
Yeah, those are the methods where you get hurt. We have one fencer who's one of our test guys. The year before he started using our machine, he spent about $10,000 on injuries related to pulling posts out of the ground using jury rig methods. Since he's been using this machine for 4 years, not a single injury.
Wristbeams puts a powerful flashlight on your wrist so your hands stay free to work.
This is the first ever hands-free wrist-worn flashlight. It's really good because when you want to work on something, you're using your hands.
Sure.
And that's where the light's going to be. It'd be great for certain things, especially if you go walking the dog, if you need to work on something close up.
So I never really thought about that, but yes, you're absolutely right. So for fishing, just to have, because you need your hands and you need to have hands free. So we do a lot of night fishing. It is dark out there, so to have something like this on my wrist while I'm changing up the hooks or the lures or baiting things, we don't want to necessarily spook the fish by turning on the lights. Just having the little wrist beam here, and where I need to see is where my hands are. So this puts you right there. So this is brilliant. I love this. I see the little flash in red, so that's just even just for safety, just kind of walking around the neighborhood at night.
RodentFree rethinks rodent control with cleaner, more controlled solutions.
These bad babies are super smart. We've invented preventative measures. The rat vac connects to the shop vac. They come in for the peanut butter, and as they go in, they're gonna cross that motion sensor, activating the shop vac for 7 seconds, getting sucked into that drum.
If you're into this kind of content, make sure you're subscribed. Smart Biohemp, a plant-based wood protectant that shields surfaces from weather without harsh chemicals.
Well, you're looking at a product that started out originally as kind of a natural alternative to waterproof deck sealants. It's become so much more than that. Everything from pool cues, garden boxes, and then you got interior floors. Unlike a sealant, this penetrates the wood. So sealants sit on top, and after a period of time, they peel off, but this penetrates the wood. You can see here from the days before the penetration.
Mission Tool Company, an adapter to have everything you need right on the tool.
So we sell this little adapter, pop that right in, kind of go with all of our attachments that we're selling. So you can have 5 on the front, 5 on the back, and you can see a little screw icon. That's kind of where you park your screws. So no more mouthful of screws, smile, you're all good to go.
So it's a tool attachment adapter that transfers the data from the battery to the tool.
Again, right onto the tool. Hear a nice satisfying little click there.
The Airless paint sprayer lid turns a standard paint bucket into a ready-to-spray system.
My brother-in-law, he is a painter, professional painter for 30 years. And I said, what's the most difficult part of what you do? The most difficult, he says, he'll buy a 5-gallon bucket of paint, he'll cut a hole, and then he takes the suction line and the primer line, shoves them in the hole, so they're in the paint, and then he'll drape a wet rag over it to keep debris out. The problem with that is when this thing's on, it vibrates. These things shake a little bit. Sometimes they'll pop up out of the paint. But the other thing too is at the end of every day, he's got to run water through this thing to clean it out.
Right.
That's a 20-30 minute process
Easily. So
when he told me the problem, I go, okay, well, let me see if I can come up with, and again, this is probably version 6.0, but in the end, what we ended up figuring out was this lid has these 4 openings. You've got an airtight seal. This thing is stable. It's not going to move anywhere. So you've got a primer line and a suction line. This is the vent hole. So when you're spraying, you need to allow air to get in there to make up for the paint. And then as the paint goes down and you need to refill, you just open up the paint filler cap and dump your paint in there.
Mr. Skeeter turns your leaf blower into a fast, wide area mosquito control system.
It's a DIY mosquito and pest control system. We can turn any leaf blower into a mosquito killing machine, or really any pest for that matter. You take that, Mr. Skeeter, clip it on any blower, put in whatever chemical you need for your treatment, let it rip.
Oh, cool. Does the little tinsel come with it? No, I'm joking.
You can.
I'm
Amazon,
kidding.
$5. It's really good stuff.
I know.
Started with zip ties, some alligator clips, and some misting nozzles. And we eventually got to this right now with mosquitoes, and as I learned yesterday, avocado lace bugs. So they hide underneath the leaves, and when you do a wand type sprayer or a hose in type sprayer, it almost acts as an umbrella when you apply over top, right? It never really gets in them. What the Mr. Skeeter does is it puts it into the airstream, it atomizes it, and it creates the turbulence that I can spray inside of the plant, creates the turbulences and gets on the actual pest where it's at.
MixerClean turns cleanup into a peel-off process instead of having to scrape.
It's a mixer. It's a flexible silicone, so you can really get the sides of the bucket and the bottom of the bucket without scratching the bucket and getting those plastic shavings. And it's super easy to clean. This is concrete, so you can. And then just dip it in water. Give it a little. That's it. Any other mixer in the market, it would have taken you at least 10 minutes and you would have never really been able to clean it fully.
Miter Top, a portable system that supports up to 22 feet of material, ready in under a minute.
This is a portable miter saw table. Fold our wings in. It's always quick connect, designed to fit whatever saw you already have.
And you were nice enough to put wheels on it. Look at that.
We're ready to go.
But nicely rolls.
Ice Grill Brush uses ice to create steam that breaks down grease as you clean.
So you just put a little bit of ice inside of here. So does steam really make that much of a difference when you clean your grill?
It does, yeah, because it helps to break up that buildup that's been collected on there and dried. So that water and that steam helps to break that up.
Okay.
Kind of like steam cleaning your, steam cleaning your rugs.
Right.
or spraying your car with a hot, sprayer. It helps to break that buildup up.
Okay, and let me see the underside of it. Okay, so this is not like the typical wire brush where you would have to worry about the bristles falling off.
Right.
But
and you can replace this.
That's what I was going to say. So you can have a replacement. There's a little wing nut in there.
Wing nut. Just unscrew that. Pop that out.
MultiPail reinvents the 5-gallon bucket with built-in features that replace multiple tools.
We have 6 features built into this bucket that a regular 5-gallon pail does not. We have our dustpan built in. You can tap your paint, get this all wet, get that excess paint off, and roll your wall. Built-in pour spout, so you can actually have a nice and controlled pour. We elevated the floor so your fingertips have a much better area to grab onto. We have exterior as well as engraved interior measurement markings. An area for air, they never vacuum together.
That was my next question. Do y'all have a liner? You know what would be great if you had a liner for this, but no, you actually have a liner.
We
This is
thought of
great.
everything. So paint liner, you're not making a big mess, and if when you are, you're just throwing it in the garbage. You don't need to clean out your pail. As well as our snap-on lids are coming in June.
Okay.
And then we're not going to stop with just lids and liners. We're going to continue to grow our ecosystem of accessories with a cushion seat lid for ball games and ice fishing, an elongated toilet seat for campers and van lifers, different tool trays and organizers for your tradespeople. We'll do a tool belt attachment as well.
Klean Grip turns a dirty cable into a clean one just by pulling it through.
So Klean Grip is a simple solution to a universal problem. So if you have a muddy extension cord, garden hose, air hose, or anything in between, you can grab Klean Grip while you're reeling it in instead of the mud, and within one pass, all that mud is gone. This is easily washed out. You can shake it dry. The foam doesn't hold any water, and it's ready for use again within seconds. It eliminates the waste for rags and paper towels.
The CleanOut Sink, a purpose-built system for safer, cleaner drain and job site cleanup.
In most cases, without this, contractors will dig trenches or holes to pour their water in, hoping that it'll absorb into the ground fast enough for the next bucket of water. It's messy, illegal in some places. If they do it in a planter, it could kill plants. Hey, every property has a cleanout, right? Because they have sewer lines. Why don't we create a sink that can be attached to those cleanouts? So you use the sink to clean up your tools, your hands, or whatever. The water conveniently runs through the drain hose into the sewer of the house, and you don't have to worry about trying to dispose of the water.
Grillin Buddy keeps all your grilling tools, spices, and essentials in one organized grab-and-go system.
The biggest problem I had was I had to make multiple trips out to my grill. So we came up with the Grillin Buddy. The Grillin Buddy is a grilling utensil and accessory command center. Basically, the Grillin Buddy is going to house everything you need to take your grilling experience from good to great.
I mean, let's be honest. You look like a boss showing up with your little case of all your grilling
You're
tools.
organized, man.
You show up with this case. Somebody came to grill.
The Aeroplus Shaker mixes paint, adhesives, and spray cans in about 30 seconds using a power tool.
I got a tool that actually shakes up aerosol paint cans in about 30 seconds or less, and to the point where you can empty the can out without having to reshake it in between. You got the option to do either 2 or 1. You do either one just about the same. So you can do full-size sawzalls like this, or these mini hacksaws and whatever. It attaches literally to any brand. It works really good with like heavier stuff like your Flex Seal, liquid plastics, stuff like that. Zolotone, which is a bed liner material. My dad, he can't even shake a can, but he loves to do his stuff on his own.
Sure.
And it makes it just so he can shake it better than any young guy could, you know what I mean?
The Tolsen Pry Bar, a redesigned pry bar that gives you the leverage to pull nails cleanly and completely.
This is your flat bar that everybody has.
Okay.
See, you can only go so far.
Right.
That's it. So that's where this bar comes in handy.
So you just finish it off with the
Pull
full...
that completely out. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try this one now.
There you go. See?
All right. And it's like it's not a perfect curve. You got like a stopping point.
Right.
I was joking, says, does the world really need somebody to reinvent the pry bar? But apparently they do, because this is very interesting.
Roller Stopper stops paint from going where it shouldn't.
It attaches to your roller frame.
Okay.
It just clips on.
Okay.
The magnet catches. It's got an adjustable tip, so you can change the margin on as you get to the top of the wall.
And now the roller stopper does the job that you were worried about because it touches the ceiling for you.
Splyn Key, a precision hand tool that makes window screen installation clean, tight, and consistent.
This is a next generation window screen repair tool. 6 minutes or less, you can redo your window screen with no tearing, no warping. Using our corner piece, you can start your corner. roll it, and you're on your way. What's unique about Splyn Key is that depending on what you're working with, you can take the handle completely off.
Okay.
We've got 2 different sizes of channel here.
Okay.
So this is going to be for your standard window and channel, and this is going to be more for some industrial sizes as well.
So I'm just basically starting at the end here.
Yep.
And just lining it up and rolling it in. This is so much better. And look, I did it one try. Never tried this before, and it actually works really, really well.
All the way over there.
I did that, damn it. I did that. Awesome.
Anchor Works re-engineers the beach umbrella so it actually stays where you put it.
A lot of the traditional beach umbrellas, what's existed to date hasn't worked. The umbrellas still fly down the beach.
So this is not a spike that goes in the ground. This is something that you just bury this thing in here and it stays in and works better than digging a hole and just shoving down a spike.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're telling me that if I bury this, up to what point would you say you should bury?
Around here, but it's super quick. It only takes like 3 minutes to set the whole thing up.
It just comes with its own little shovel. And I can make this hole as big and wide as I want. It doesn't really matter that I disturb the set sand. You're just filling it in, and it's the weight of the sand itself. And of course, I get the anchor thing now because, again, for this to pull up, it would have to pull up, I mean, how many pounds of sand if you're all the way up to this point? I would imagine that's probably more than the wind can lift.
Bitta Shade, an innovative way to stay shaded and cool without moving an inch.
Bitta Shade is a targeted protection for your face, head, and neck. That is where over 80% of cancers start. If the sun is coming over from this direction, this slides right here, and it goes like that. Sitting upright, then you want to do this one right here.
Oh, okay. Now, see, you have like a mesh under here. Is that like to hold stuff?
Yeah, that's for your phone, keys, your fob.
So what made you want to, I guess, invent this, or?
Yes, I did. I've had this idea for over 30 years. So finally, and I was laying out in the sun, we're at the pool, and I said, I have an idea and I want to do it.
Bug you not. No sprays, no chemicals, just lighting that keeps bugs away and even fights bacteria.
For outdoor solution, we have anti-bug light bulb. A lot of competitors, they just simply color the outside housing. Ours is different. It's coming from inside. Inside solution, this light kills the bacteria and reduce odors. These are heavy-duty pro lines of products doing the exact same thing, repels bugs. Solar power, don't need to be plugged in.
Look, we're gonna put it to the test, and if it's legit, we'll know. We'll know pretty damn soon. So
thank you.
Appreciate it. You bet.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Dooty Brush, designed to break up and remove tough waste that a standard toilet brush can't handle.
Tell us about the Dooty Brush. Like I said, as if I couldn't piece together what this thing's purpose is, but
the Dooty Brush removes that stubborn ring that sits in your toilet after you've cleaned it.
Okay.
And it gets under the rim where the problem actually starts. That's why the ring is there.
Now this is pretty abrasive. This is not scratching my toilet at all?
No, much gentler than a Puma Stone. You don't have to touch the scrubber when you replace it. It's
Okay.
a touchless scrubber head, so you just throw it away, and then you put the new one in and put the handle back on, and you're good to go.
At AV1, and they have some strap management.
What we have here is hook rail, an open rail design that allows you to attach your S hooks, J hooks, bungee cords, and a wide variety of different options of hardware. You can do your clamps, from your bar clamps, needle nose clamps, square clamps. You can even just store padlocks on here. But it gives you a way to organize your straps or others in a dedicated space, keeping them clean and organized.
And it's really not too complex. It's just basically something that you screw onto the wall. And I think with this, so I have a lot of slat wall on my garage, so I would just have to get a little slat clip and just screw it directly to the back of that and just hang it right there. So that's an easy solution. Or you can always put a magnet on here and just put it on a metal board as well.
We sell it in a 2-pack, so you can have that bottom one. If you are in an enclosed trailer, you can put the strap under tension, and then it won't be swinging back and forth, hitting any of the prize items in your trailer at the time. Strap dock is a compact vertical design. It has 8 slots, so it can handle up to 8 hooks, whether it's the larger hooks like we see down here, or you can either take these and double them up and expand your hook storage. But the nice feature with this one is that it has the built-in strap keeper, so you can wind up your strap, all the excess tails, and keep it nice and organized. Again, off the floor, it's not gonna be wet, you know where they're gonna be, nice and organized.
Restockr, a one-tap button that instantly adds items to your cart when you need them.
Harry, what are these little screens that I'm seeing here?
They solve two problems. One, you don't have to print out a piece of paper and go to the shelf and put it on there. The other is people, is it ½ inch, is it 5/8? People write the wrong thing all the time. But if all you have to do is hit a button, and we have it set to refresh every 10 seconds or so.
I just noticed what you did there, okay.
It adds it to the cart. There's no wrong item, there's no I forgot, there's no, all that is removed.
So as you press that button, it automatically sends more to your shopping cart?
Yes,
okay.
It sends it goes through here, and then this needs an Ethernet cord. It runs around 30 feet in a circle, and then it adds it to that. Then there's no more you forgot to write it down, there's no more wrong item.
And that's a look at 35 showstopping home improvement inventions we found at the National Hardware Show. From simple ideas to full systems, it's clear innovation in this space isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you want more of this, make sure you're subscribed.